G'day mate, welcome back to Capital Industry with me, Judy. Today, I want to make diesel. More importantly, I want to make diesel from food. I want to go straight from farm to diesel. At least that's today's plan. So, with that out of the way, as always, I need to thank you guys. I need to thank you guys for liking the video. I need to thank you guys for subscribing to the channel. I need to thank those of you that are going above and beyond. Those that are going above and beyond, choosing to support the channel and choosing to become YouTube members. And today, we're going to be thanking Mr. Michael Stanford, who is just stopping out here for a quick fuel break before continuing on with hopefully doing many projects. Yeah, hopefully doing many projects. At the same time, I need to talk through some of the changes that have happened since last episode. First off, there's that change. Okay, we've done a few things. As you can see, this has been landfilled in. Significant amount of filling has been done because, well, the iron mine is dead. So we might as well start filling it in. We need the building space for other projects. So we can remove all the retaining walls that are absolutely retaining absolutely nothing at this point. That's one thing we can do. At the same time, the mega digging crew that has now finished, well, we're removing all the iron and has taken a large chunk out of the sand. We've processed all that sand and I've sent them over here. And the reason they've been sent over here is they're doing something quite simple. They're just trying to find out where the bottom of the iron is. Because it's much easier to dig all the iron from the bottom and just have it fall down upon you than actually go through the process of trying to work out exactly where the bottom is by digging from the top down. The catch is we don't need them doing that. So we're going to actually pull them off that project and we're going to be sending them to do something else. The something else we're going to be sending them to do is finding more rock because we need rock to fill this in. A lot of rock. At the same time, we need dirt to fill it in the coal mine. The coal mine is not quite filled in yet, but it's getting close. It's just not quite there yet. We don't need those retaining walls either because they are retaining absolutely nothing, I hope. Yeah, pretty much nothing. So, major digging crew with big excavators is going to come over here. And I have a brand new project for them. That is that is, they are going to come over here and they're going to hopefully find as much rock as possible. I need a section of the map that we need to dig out. Ideally, I'd like to dig out this, but somebody went and put a big chunk of iron stacked on top right here. Or start digging into this hill, but I don't have access for that yet. We do plan on filling in this gap here with dirt once the coal mine's finished. So once the coal mine's finished filling in, we'll fill in this area with dirt just so I have somewhere to dump dirt because I don't have the next dirt area set up yet. Can I remove that yet? Yeah, you know what? Screw it. We're going to remove that. And if things fall over, things fall over. Yeah? Yeah, that's fine. Actually, and oh shit, we can remove that as well. So much destruction. Okay, I could probably remove this, but we'll leave that for the moment. I'm just trying to make sure the trucks can get back and forth as easy as possible. All right, so these guys, their job is to dig out the corner of this, the hill, I guess, and I'm gonna have them do a couple of things. One, I'm gonna have them dig down to, well, level 2. Level 2 is ground level as far as I'm concerned. I want to take the whole island down to level 2, and that'll just give the trucks a shortcut through the corner. At the same time, I'm gonna have them dig to about level 7. I figure level 7 is gonna avoid all the coal because I really don't need more coal at the moment. I really need all the coal to go away and us to dig out as much rock as possible. Not really even soil. I really want rock. We want rock for a number of reasons. We'll get to those in a second. At the same time, the coal mine. The coal mine has been retrofitted and been given new orders. We were trying to get down to the bottom of the mine, and I was cutting in layer by layer, and I worked out I get down to about a 22, 21-ish. And I'm pretty sure the coal stops at about 19. Maybe a little bit lower than that. Maybe at 22 or 23. It's definitely 19 right at the edge, but then over here it might be a little bit deeper. The problem is after I get down to that level, no, let's go to that overlay. After I get down to that level, I can't turn around and come back out. I can't, like, dig backward. Not if I've come here and gone all the way in. So what I've decided is we're going to go in, we're then going to take a sharp right-hand turn, and we're going to go all the way down to 26. 26 should get absolutely everything out of the coal mine, and we should be able to do it here. At which point I should be able to clear at least everything from the right of there completely out, and then we can fill it back in so I can have building zones here, because I want to build here. I want to build things, and there's a damn coal mine in the way, which also means we have a damn coal ramp. Yeah, it's a bit of a coal ramp. But today's episode, what I actually want to get to is I want to get to biodiesel. We got biodiesel a while ago, which gave us a new product, being mineral oil, vegetable oil. And we're going to be mixing that with canola. So canola is a brand new plant that we can get, which is this one, that has one use only, and that is to convert into cooking oil. And for 16 canola, we get 12 cooking oil, which is a decent amount of cooking oil. The only other way we can get it is from soybeans, where you get 6. You really don't want to convert soybeans into cooking oil. In fact, you don't want to do anything with soybeans, but that's a different topic for another video. The canola we can turn to cooking oil. Cooking oil we can do a number of things with. For today's episode, we're going to be making diesel. That's all I care about. I want to take my ethanol, which comes from plants. Well, to be more exact, it comes from corn, or possibly sugar, sugar cane rather, and cooking oil, and mix the two together to get diesel. At the same time, we do use cooking oil for a couple of other things. One is cake, and the other one is treats. Now, cake, we'll talk about really quickly. Cake, I'm not really a fan of. Same goes for treats. And the example I'll give is food. At the moment, we have all 3 categories being fed, so we get plus 12 total health bonus. But, okay, weird. All right, as you can see, all these have a health bonus. Treats does not. So by feeding them treats, you don't get any extra bonus from health. What you do get is you get the uni bonus, which is 25 and 55, okay? Which is not bad. Like considering the other ones, it's a pretty good bonus. But our treats, one treat will feed 13 people. I'm on the normal difficulty, whatever that is. If you're in the easier difficulties, obviously they feed more people. If you're in harder difficulties, they feed less people, obviously. So our vegetables, one veggie will feed 17 people. One here will feed 13 people. So I'm going to need, assuming I'm feeding them both categories. I'll need to feed them, what's that, 17, 13. I'll need, 70 odd treats, which is it's not a lot, but it's a fair bit. It's a fair bit of materials that I need to put in to give them stacks. Okay. As for cake, one fruit is 23, one cake is 29. So I need to put in about, let's go with 35. Let's call it 40 for nice even round figures. 40 is not going to be a round figure. Whatever, 32. That'll do. Which means cake, which means I need 3 machines running cake non-stop to get the extra bonus unity. We are going to get 0.25 and 0.55 if we have housing 3 all the way along. We'll get a double that amount of unity. So it is a potential half a point of uni and 1.1 point of uni, but they're not easy to make. They're a little bit frustrating. You don't get any bonuses apart from the uni, so I'm not big on them. But maybe I'll change my mind down the track. I don't know. I do know we are going to want treats to make food packs. Food packs is definitely something I want to do, because food packs will give us the ability to trade food for resources like uranium. Yeah. Okay. So the plan is to get canola up and running. To get canola up and running, I need a couple of farms. I have finally got this area filled in, and we've placed down some farms. We're gonna build the farms. We're gonna accept the frame rate disappears. Yep. Actually, before you start, can I swap you to that one and you to that one? Just so we have a slightly different order for planting between the 2 lots of farms. Okay. We're going to turn that on and turn that on and turn that on and yep. Turn that on. Yep. More uni. Yep. Spend all the uni and all the glass. Come on. Those. That. And just grab everything at the end real quickly. Okay. Oh. And those. Alright. All the frame rate disappears. Okay. I've planned to plant canola with the green manure cycle, mainly because I just don't need any other food currently. We'll probably change that up in the future because I can't let the system back up. That is one of the issues with me dumping all the food onto one belt. I can't ever let it back up. So that's something we need to keep in mind. But we're going to produce 5.7 canola. Now, if we go back into cooking oil, we're going to need 16 canola to make 12 cooking oil. And I have 10 farms. I have 10 farms and 0 frames because it turns out these things are really good at removing all your frames. So the plan is if I get 5.7, that means I have 57. 57 cooking, 57 canola means I need around about, what, 3 point something, 4 mils, whatever, to convert all the canola with a greenhouse level 1. And that is with whatever the default 85%. 85% is not too bad because we're running these two. If I go to a greenhouse level 2, okay, which will have a food bonus, it will also require more water and everything, which we're about to have all those run out of water, but we'll fix that shortly. Then we go up to 6.6, which if I have 10 farms is potentially 66. So what I want to do mills wise is we're going to be putting down, and we're also not going to have enough workers. All right, what I want to do is I want to put down, where are we? I want to put down 6 mils, 5 mils. 5 mils should be able to process everything. But no, actually the first thing I need to do is I need to get it onto the main belt. That's what we have to do first. Okay, so the plan is all the canola is going to come out this belt, and I need to get it from this belt to this belt. And I've been arguing with the AI for quite some time, trying to work out a way to do this neatly and efficiently, and I basically gave up. And I put it in the farms. Early because after landfilling was done, I spent some time trying to work out exactly how many farms we could get, and this literally ends on the very, very last tile, the very, very last tile of greenness. Okay, there was no option to try and squeeze in one more farm or tweak things or anything. This was my maximum throughput. I couldn't even give myself more tiles between A and B to sort of ease up how to get the belts from here to here. So what I've decided, my infinite wisdom, is we're going to do that instead. I'm going to bring all my canola from one side to the other, and we're going to upgrade that belt and that belt. And rather than trying to get it from the top across, we're just going to toggle the direction on that. So it's going to come, everything's going to come to here, and then down, and then under, and then back up. That should solve our problems. Now, I haven't hooked these guys up to fertilizer. This is one of the reasons why they're running the green manure cycle, just because I haven't bothered with fertilizer. They're just hooked into the main water line, which is going to have some problems because that's a lot of farms that need a lot of water, and we have a lot of farms running on one water pipe that we need to fix. But we will fix that shortly. So after all the canola comes up here, goes through our wonderful sorting system, over to here, I need to put in a sorter right here. I'm going to do that with one of these. And we're going to pull out the canola. After we've pulled out the canola, we're going to run it on a U-shaped conveyor to height number 2. 2. Really? Okay, fine. Height 3 to there, and then down to 2, and then I'm going to run it above the flour belt. Okay? And I want to process it here. Okay, and I've already placed in a bucket because I needed a bucket. I also needed to make sure that when we have a whole bunch of canola come through, even if we're going to process it slower, I can't let it back up. I can never let it back up in the system, because if it backs up on that belt, well, then everything else can't flow through, which is going to lead to all sorts of problems. So I need to have some sort of storage. Technically, I should do the same for the sugar cane, but so far sugarcane hasn't been a problem, and at the end of the day, sugarcane has a way to be disposed of. We can always, and we always do, turn the excess sugarcane into ethanol, or into sugar, and then into ethanol, yes. For canola, there's only one thing I can do with it, and that is run it through a mill. So we're going to run it through a mill, and I need how many of these? 5, I said, right? I get 5 mils. So we're going to go with 1, 2, 4, 5. Okay, and the plan for these guys is... Can I... Oh, I have R mode on. We're going to bring this out and run it that way. Yep, and I conveniently already have somewhere to dump animal feed. Is that lined up at that end? No. Can I move everybody over by 1 tile? Cool. So we're going to dump our animal feed into the great animal feed sorter that if we end up with too much animal feed, actually right now we've ended up with too much animal feed, it'll send it over to be burnt off. All right. With our canola coming down to our storage, we're going to need a U-shaped belt to come into here. Oh, we're not planning mode on. Fine. No. Bad belt. Into there. Into there. And then I can slow down the belt to a more normal size, normal speed belt to there. Okay, we're going to bring all our canola into these guys and run them out to there. All right, we do need you to have this recipe and paste it amongst all your friends, and that'll get our canola and at least convert it to animal feed. On top of that, we're 12 times 5 is 60, so we can just use a normal size pipe. We also need to deal with the actual cooking oil, the item we want. So we're going to run this out onto this pipe. Yes. Okay. After I get all my cooking oil together, I'm going to want a tank. And we know we want, big boy sized tanks at this stage. And I'm going to put you... I got a decent amount of room. We'll put you there. And, of course, we're going to want a pipe balancer so we can do some balancing and some sorting. And you'll just go into there and then into there. All right. So that gets us cooking oil. Now, cooking oil we're going to want to put into a couple of things, but for right now, I'm just happy that I got cooking oil up and running. Let's just build to the balancer. That much I'm sure of. Okay, after I've got to there, I want to actually convert that into diesel. Now, that's going to require one of these machines, and you're going to be doing this recipe. So we're going to take in 15 ethanol and 36 cooking oil to give me a wonderful, wonderful diesel. And the plan is to tag that there and then back this pipe up a couple of tiles and take that there. Between episodes, I did shove a very dirty little pipe balancer in here to make sure that we're going to prioritize our ethanol out and over here to make, to make plastic, which I've turned off one machine because the tank's full now, or the box is full now, and I don't need to run both of them. It's just going to save me workers and maintenance. And also, oh god, also connected to the same pipe, this pipe buried under here is our disinfectant machine. Okay, so it means that this pipe balancer, we're also going to prioritize out to this pipe that we're going to talk about shortly. Can I get that and that built? All right, which means any extra ethanol, and that's what we're going to be dealing with, any extra ethanol is going to flow into this chemical plant. And that's all it's going to have access to, just the extra. And do I want you there? Yeah, I want you there. Okay, which means we're going to build that finally. So at the moment, I'm not going to prioritize the pipe balancer for actually, let's prioritize it out to this. Yeah, you're only going to burn excess. Okay, never mind. I'm not going to prioritize the pipe balancer for oil at this point. Mineral oil, vegetable oil, cooking oil. Oil, some sort of oil. I'm not going to prioritize that at the moment because at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. Okay, it really doesn't matter. We don't have any other use for the cooking oil as of yet. And yes, okay, as for our diesel, we're going to bring our diesel under and through all this mess. And into this tank that I prepared earlier. Now, after it gets there, that's all well and good, but yeah, I'd like to take it further than that. We're going to set you to diesel, and I'm going to make sure you're set to empty. What I really, really want to do is I want to take my diesel under here, where I've done a whole lot of belt cleanup, so we can actually get things to move through this area a little bit cleaner. Bring our diesel over to here, and over to here, right across the poop plants to... Oh, Which tile? Oh, that tile. Cool. And nope, down to height number 1, and then into this balancer that I prepared earlier, almost like a cooking channel. Okay, the plan is this is going to bring the diesel over to here. Now, the main reason I want diesel over here is we are converting our poop into fuel gas. We're obviously burning some of the fuel gas to give us, I have no idea what the problem is with that, we'll look at that in a minute. Burning some of the fuel gas to give us, running the statue of maintenance, save us 5% maintenance. The excess fuel gas, we've always been doing this for a long time. We've been taking the fuel gas, we've been running it into here to, oh, you're sharing. I understand why I did now. Run the fuel gas into here to convert the fuel gas with some oxygen into diesel, which has been helping, but more diesel is definitely better. Now, obviously, I can't let this system back up, because if we back up by you not processing any more diesel somewhere to put it into the fuel station, bad things happen. Where poop back up, people die because bad diseases, because they've got nowhere for their poop to go. So we're going to plug in the diesel. We're going to plug in the diesel from cooking oil and from ethanol, and we're going to prioritize in from the poop side. Now, I want to feed it into this fuel station, because this fuel station is doing a couple of things. One, it's taking care of the single excavator doing limestone. Who cares? It's also taking care of the coal mine, which has a lot of excavators. What is your issue? You. Somebody's going to dig you out shortly. I don't want you doing that. I don't want you guys doing that or that. Actually, no, technically I do want you guys digging just the side. Yeah, just those 2 tiles to there. And I want to take that retaining wall and add it further along. That is at ground level, yeah. And we'll add it, just that one at least. Yeah, okay. Alright, wait. Okay, so you're in charge of that. You're also now in charge of the Mega Diggers. Now, the Mega Diggers do chew a significant amount of diesel, and this is why we want to boost up this diesel production. I do have trucks obviously bringing diesel over here to this fluid storage to run it into here, so we should be okay. We should be okay for just about forever, but, you know, if it's any transport I can save, it's a truck saved, it's more work time. Okay, so that explains that. You're set to empty, so potentially truck will pick it up from here, but realistically it shouldn't happen. It also means we'll have like you've just stopped here to fill up, and that's going to happen fairly regularly, so it should be fine. All right, which brings us on to this pipe. This pipe is my other ethanol pipe. My other ethanol pipe, which we have definitely you are a priority out. Yes, okay. Which we are going to put into the pipe that I may have prepared earlier. That pipe. Now, this pipe that I prepared earlier is a very, very important ethanol pipe. Oh my god, yeah, sure. Which is going to do a quick tour around part of the map. So it comes down here. It passes under the lovely food bridge. It passes past water, the Great Water Storage, where we actually pick up 2 extra water pipes. I've added 2 extra water pipes between last episode and this episode, and they are all coming down here. Now, no, we're good. That part. The 2 water pipes come into our farms, because our farms, you are using 40 water apiece. Okay, so I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all hooked in a water pipe that moves 450. So after I got 10 of them, I've potentially used 400 water. Now, because they had an irrigation tank and a few other things, we weren't using the water constantly. It's only when it's sunny and when the soil's dry and blah, 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 blah. We could stretch it out to 2 more farms without too much issue. But adding these guys on the end, it's been too much. So what I've done is I've brought in a water pipe that we've just tagged into the end. And all I need to do is upgrade that and toggle the direction so we can add in more water. Same on this side. We can toggle direction and upgrade you. Okay, but on top of that, there are some crops that use more water, like this one is 45 water. This one's also 45 water. So after like 6 farms, I've added water. The 10 farms I've definitely added water. This one I just stopped at 6. We should probably, you know what, we're here. Height 1 or height 2? Height 1. We're just going to drag you all the way through. Oop. To here, to here, to here, to here, to in there. Okay. Up, quick deliver you and toggle direction. And quick to upgrade you and quick deliver. Okay. The idea is these pipes will just add more water into the main trunk line. That's all they have to do. We're basically balancing and load sharing between the two of them, which should just add more water. I didn't toggle that or upgrade it or spend the uni on it. Okay. Back to our ethanol pipe. Our ethanol pipe, it does continue. It does continue. It does continue for quite some time. It comes all the way down to the far end of the map. Okay. After it gets to the far end of the map, it goes around the edge of the map. It goes past this bridge, which I don't know if the trucks can use because there's only 3 tiles between like the edge of the bridge and the edge of the world. And I've made the bridge as far this way as possible. So I don't know if the trucks can actually use it, especially as they can't use the edge tile of the map. So probably not. All right. It then continues through here, through here, through here, and through past oil. It's very, very important. It goes past oil. We'll explain why in just a second. Which brings us to this bridge that's been fully redone, along with the crude oil pipe and the diesel pipe right along the edge of the map have also been redone. Which explains why I have this. This is a little, you know, I've deleted a whole bunch of pipes and blah, 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 blah. And, you know, we had crude oil in the shipyard, which can now be inputted back into the system and clear it out. Oh my God. What is your issue? Everybody's low on fuel because you don't realize you're broken. You don't realize you're broken. You don't realize you're broken. And the fuel trucks were all trying to feed one of those guys that were broken and couldn't path and therefore drove nowhere. Yep, 1 fuel truck, 2 fuel truck. Where's the 3rd fuel truck? Ah, there. Heading over to probably one of these guys. Yeah. Cool story, fuel trucks. You guys are awesome. All right. We'll get there eventually. Okay. All right. Back to our story. All right. Which comes through here. Okay. Now, whilst we're here, we need to talk about this dock. So, docks. I've had to, and I've already done it a little bit. I have extended out the width of the dock, but I need to rip down the old dock 4 to go up to a dock 6. But what I want to do actually is I've done some maths and some calculations, and I've worked out, as we can see by, you know, the main shipyard. So the main shipyard has this lovely green area that we can't block, because if we block it, then the main ship dock doesn't work. I would like to not block it, but I would definitely like to get more ships in and out. One thing we can do, if we look at, well, actually, if we look at this guy, we can see it has this little section here where it juts out to the right. If I move this back a few tiles, there's a good chance I could get this section to wrap around this section, giving me higher density across the coastline, which is something I'd really be interested in. On top of that, I've done some calculations, and if I can force this up 10 tiles or something, and then over to the right 12 tiles or something, I could actually put my cargo dock here, at which point this part of my green line actually sits here. Because the coast, or the edge of the map, is all the way up here. So, remember that digging crew we mentioned at the start of the map? Yeah, their job is to find as much rock as possible, because I want to landfill all the way out to there. There. And potentially a lot further. I want to potentially landfill all the way out to the edge of the map, maximize our map, because obviously if I get a second oil in front of this oil, that would be awesome. I was planning on put one behind, but in front would work better for me. I also know the edge of the map is just about here somewhere. Yep, just about here, so I could get 1 dock here, 2nd dock, 3rd dock, 4th dock, 5th dock. Like 5 docks would be awesome across the front of the map, because there's going to be a couple of things I want to import in the oil-ish area. Okay, so that's one of the things we're doing. We're landfilling in as fast and as we possibly can. All right, back to our pipe, which is this pipe, ethanol. Ethanol is bouncing around the map. It's then coming to here. When it comes to here, it's going to this storage tank and going into our our rubber creation, because a long time ago, you are paused. A long time ago, we set up these guys and shipped them over to ethanol, but I was trucking the ethanol across the map. I'd much prefer it, really would prefer it, if we could just run a really long pipe. Really long pipe costs us a bunch of construction parts, but once it's paid for, it's paid for. I never have to pay for it a second time. It's not like belts that have a constant cost of running. So it's just paid for and done. So we're going to run both these guys on ethanol right the way across the map. Also means that in the future I can swap them across to naphtha should I want to, and it passes through episode oil, so it's just a case of changing a pipe over. And I could probably even use a balance to use both of them. I'd have to add some tanks along the way, but we could probably do that. Job for later. But our ethanol pipe continues right around the edge of the map and comes to here, where it ducks under here and goes to this creation. Now, this is plastic. We've already made plastic once before. This is why I just planned this one out, because you guys didn't need to see me make plastic a second time. But if I have ethanol down the street, we might as well have plastic made right here. And the reason I need plastic made right here is plastic. We've covered plastic goes into food snacks. Plastic also goes into medical stuff. It also goes into PCBs. Now, I want PCBs. PCBs are very baimportant, because the only thing that PCBs go into is electronics 2. Electronics 2, if you remember, is the thing that we were trading on. Back to that one. Thing we were trading for our construction parts to get electronics 2 to make Megatrucks. But the other thing, helps if I set a recipe. The other thing that they go into is they're going to electronics 2. No, they're going to electronics 2. The other thing electronics 2 goes into, apart from the vehicle parts, is maintenance 2. It's also going into a couple of things we haven't researched yet, which we're going to be setting up in a minute if I add more workers. Holy shit. It goes into household goods. It goes into electronics 3. It goes into construction parts 4. It goes into lab equipment number 4. 4? Yes, 4. It goes into everything. We're going to need a whole bunch of electronics. Now, I could just ship the plastic across here. That would have been perfectly viable, and we could have done that. Are you running or not? You have ethanol. Are you waiting on chlorine? Which is waiting on me to select a recipe. All right. We could have shipped the plastic across, but I already had to bring ethanol so far. We might as well just build it right here. So that was what I did. Now, as for its input, so it required the ethanol, which we already have. It requires chlorine, which comes from brine, which is convenient because there happens to be a desal plant right here that, converts the steam off the exhaust scrubbers into, well, clean water that then self-promotes the system to keep the system running along with, adds the water for the acid, providing, no, that's not paused, yep, has a little bit of a negative water, so it adds a little bit water from out, little bit. Is that paused? That's paused. Okay, adds a little bit of water from outside. Yes. So that meant we had brine right here, which I could convert straight to chlorine, which we've done. I have put in a tank because obviously they run intermittently, which means these run intermittently, which means chlorine would be intermittent. So we've added in a storage tank for the brine first. I could have added a storage tank for the chlorine instead, but either or, it doesn't really matter. And at the same time, because I have the exhaust scrubbers right here, and I have 2 scrubbers, each scrubber can do 5 smelters, and technically they're both hooked up to 4, I just took our exhaust and plugged it into the main exhaust trunk, and it's going to get processed too. Which means then these will run more often, which means the desal plants will run more often, which means we'll have more brine to run the system. Yes. Which means in the next episode, we are going to get PCBs up and running, which is glass, plastic, and copper, which we happen to have all right here. At the same time, we're going to hopefully get silicon poly imported from off-world, probably through a temporary... I doubt that we're going to have enough landfilling done that this is done between now and next episode. Oh, maybe dirt's almost done. That'll definitely help. Yeah, I doubt I'm going to have enough landfilling done that we can set up some proper docks. So we'll probably set up a temporary dock somewhere to process the poly. The poly is a whole separate thing. I need to set up imports. I need to unpause you, pause you, unpause you, pause you, and unpause you, and pause you. Yeah, we need to get some housing done. We need to poly. The poly item that we need comes from quartz, so I need to have quartz up and running. We also need to get, there was something else we had to get up and running at the same time. Poly. Yeah, I need to have a dock to import that. I need to process that, and then we need to get that over here to do other things. So it's a fairly involved process to get that up and running. But that's the plan for next episode, which will put us one step closer to nuclear power, because nuclear power needs electronics too. It doesn't need maintenance too, not yet, but it needs electronics too. So we'll be one step closer to getting the electronics too, along with the enrichment plants, which then means I need more docks, which means I need to decide exactly where we're going to fill and how we're going to fill, and all that has to be done. And dirt is done. Okay, dirt is done, which means I'm going to set you, not you, you. This tower, this is the only tower that has to have a dump spot when it comes to dirt. And we're going to set that to... Let's just do this section first. Let's just get a bridge across. All right. But that does mean... Oh, there's our first load of dirt. That does mean I'm going to leave this episode here. I will see you guys in the very next episode where the hell are you going? Okay, never mind. No, you should have access. I'll see you guys in the very next episode where we've hopefully got a whole more landfill done. Hey, Dirt Squad. Whole lot more landfill done. We can set up those docks. We can get a few other things running. And we'll take it from there. Anyway, that's it. I'm out. Thank you guys for watching. As always, do hope you've enjoyed. And I'll see you guys in the very next episode. All right, bye.